Hello everyone, I am Rex Red and I am back with another EZ3DTV tutorial. Today we are going to be looking at the new Daz Studio 2025. Here it is, the Daz Studio 2025. This is actually Photoshop, believe it or not. It's not Daz. This is what we have going on today, where it says we have an excellent connection. And we're going to go and we're going to go to work today. Back. And here we are in the new Daz Studio top chat. Let's go with the live chat. I seem to think that's the best one. It seems to grab everybody. So we, there are a few shortcomings in the new version. The new version comes with some definite issues, okay? And one of the issues is that a lot of the plugins, in fact, I don't know that any of them work. Another thing I haven't been able to do, which some people maybe have, is be able to get my windows, my favorites, and my, I thought those were part of the user interface kind of thing, but apparently that's not the case. So I'm going to have to add some of them, and then I thought, well, I have my visual menus. Well, I don't even think that works with Daz Studio 2025. Now this it's called Daz Studio 2025, but I think it's actually Daz 6. Okay, so they jumped over Daz 5. Why? I don't know, but it is 6.25 version, so they jumped right over 5. Like 5 is an unlucky number, I guess. So because we ended with 4.23 and now we're at version 6. I don't know, it's not a big deal. So all right, we are welcome. Well, what I need to do is get my, let's see, we have to find out certain things. First thing is do my poses work that I've created, my body morphs and all of that. Now, what are we going to do? What are we doing? There seems to be a lot that doesn't work with this, like a ton of stuff, and it may take like close to, I'm glad they did this. I'm glad they made this version 2025. It enables them to kind of freeze the other version, and that just works the way it usually does. But this new version has the potential to surpass in many ways. It just gives them kind of something to where they can try out and develop radical new things without messing with the the version 4 plus functionality. This is good. This is a good thing. A very smart and wonderful thing they have done here. So we're looking for Genesis. Okay, I need my keyboard back. 9. And we're looking for, well, there's a lot of them here. We got to find the essentials. Let's see what we have here. If we what if we try starter? Okay, Genesis 9 Starter Essentials. Yes, this is good. And this gives us our Genesis 9 actor. Right click. Where is it? How do we do this? Not categorize. Add to favorites. Where is I forgot? Create custom action. Menu bar scripts. Okay. Accept. All right. Scripts. Okay. This is good. This is our first thing. Now this loading of characters is supposed to be good. It's supposed to be faster. It is faster. It does seem faster. So quite a bit. And also the reading of menu items, okay. A lot of my stuff here is just not here right now. So but I do have my categories items. Files, this would be products, hair, figures. Okay, we go to figures, billboards, clothing, environments. Okay, we go to files, figures. And do I have skin here? Skin. Okay, these are files. This is kind of a mess right now. But let's see if we can find Hudson's skin. Does this work? We go here. Info. Is Hudson Genesis 9? Yeah. All right, we'll try the Hudson skin. Kurt skin. Hudson. Let's just give our character some skin. And so we are working in the new version. Okay, and now we go back to our characters here. Now if I go to parameters, which is by default over here, and J taught me to put parameters over here, and I thought that was a good... Hello, unknown robot. I am back today for some tutorial stuff. Now look at this figure converter. Look at this. All of these things are here. So my shape transfer, there. So the morphs that I created, I don't believe shape transfer works, but these figure converters, okay, Alexander, we're going to go to a little bit of Alex Capital, or I can go here to my shapes, my saved items. Get some pants on. I know we got to put some pants on him. I thought I would try to fix the body shape first, but a lot of my things here are not where they were. So people are going to have to put up with me. Let's do the pants first. That's a good idea, unknown robot. Thank you very much. So we go to wardrobe. We get rid of this word starter. And let's go to files. And we'll go wardrobe, shorts. I think just pants. We'll try pants. And we should be able to find some kind of shorts in here. We have filter by context. A lot of things, you know, instead of complaining about the things that don't work, we could kind of look at the things that do work. All right, we got some pants here. Now let's throw these up into our script 6 also. We'll mess with that later. And now we're going to go here, and we have shapes for 9. And these are my 1 through 27. These are not all of my shapes, but it's some of them. I'm wondering why they're not all here. I wonder if I go here and go preferences. I might actually have to save. Okay, we go to, where's it, database editor? No, database. maintenance, and we go re-import metadata, accept. We'll turn all that off, and we'll do Daz 2 instead. Accept. All right, and see if this... No, see, that wouldn't do that. Wouldn't change. Oh, yes, it would. Okay, shapes. But no, they all seem to be... There's 27 here. This doesn't seem... Okay. Well, let's try Tyron. Balance. Okay, see that work? That was real. See, that was a lot quicker than applying that shape here than it has been in the past. That's weird how. Serenity's Gate, welcome, welcome, welcome. I think my mic is a little bit loud. I'm getting a tiny bit of distortion. My ears are trained to hear that and to know that we have distortion. So, okay. So we got a figure here. This is our Genesis. Weird how there's a tiny delay there, but I can deal with that. It's just a new thing. It's like it doesn't move it doesn't move gradually. You change the parameter, then it does the calculation. It's really strange. Before there was a smooth movement, and now there seems to be like move and then calculate. I like the smooth movement better, but that's the way this is, I guess. See that? There's a little bit of something weird going on there. Okay, so let's undo, redo the pants, edit the shorts, okay. And I don't know where I got these Surf's Up shorts, but these are this would be what I consider male cutoff pants. These are something I've been kind of wanting for a while, and apparently I have them now. I must have bought them recently. Okay, so what I'd like to do here is go to my parameters, which I usually put here, and back here, smart content. Okay, we go to parameters. Now let's do the body first. We'll do a little bit of Alex Capital, and we'll do some we'll do Kalen body, a little bit of Kalen body, and we'll do Ethan. You really don't want to do too many bodies. Okay, we'll try 3 and see if that works. As long as they all 3 add up to 100%, then we're pretty good. Now, Alex Capital, we're going to try a little bit of the head. Just a little bit to give him that broken nose look. And we'll go with a little bit of Bruce head. Some Buster head. And we'll go with let's go with Roy, some Roy. Where is Roy? Roy head. And And we'll take a little bit of Dalton. Dalton. Come on. I wish they'd fix this part. You type in here, Okay, I don't see Dalton here. Okay, I'll wait for the beta version before I mess with it. Yeah, I have to mess with it. It's my job. Even though it's not my job anymore because I have another job that keeps me from being able to work here. Okay, let's straighten that up a little bit, our camera. Now we can go to back to the content library, poses for 9. And luckily all of this stuff loaded right in. Okay. Two. All right. 222. It's very nice to have you all back, back here. I missed you all. Okay, let's try this. And I really don't like the way this rotates. Okay, so it like it's you know, something's like awry. I don't like the way this does that, and then it catches up. Okay, Z, and I'm not too hot on that pose. I don't like the way it crunches his chest. Okay. Let's see, but this is really responsive. I like this. So okay, these look like magic poses. La 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 la. Okay, how does the stomach look now? See, this is horrible the way it rotates now. It's like I can't tell where he, you know, Z, I can't tell where he is. Okay, edit, redo, head. Okay, the chest looks fine here. Okay. Okay, let's get, okay, this install, we can close that pane. It's just throwing me off. Okay, so we go to Files, Dock. Let's find a dock. See how quickly it finds this. Okay. Okay. Control 9. Well, at least that works. This is a kind of weird looking thing because texture shaded looks a little more sophisticated than it used to. And it's very quick also, so we go to parameters, Y translate. Y translate. If I used Y here, Y rotate. Z translate. Y rotate. Okay. Okay, save this as Docker, we'll call it. And where is this saving it? We want to save this the first time you save it somewhere, then it will choose that folder every time. Okay? Unless you save it in a different place. Daz Studio renders, save it there. Accept. Okay, so now we go back to Smart Content. Taking a little while to save. At least it didn't crash. We haven't had our first crash yet, so now we're going to go water and turn that off. And we are looking for a water plane. Control 0. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah. Okay. Genesis 9. Let's simulate. Let's see what happens when we simulate. We'll take and hide the dock. We don't need to worry about the water, but we'll keep that. We'll get rid of the water too. And we'll go to off, simulate, see how this works. We have to run this simulation thing. No objects to simulate. That kind of sucks. Okay, so what we got to do is add dForce to the shorts. Object, geometry, add dForce modifier. Okay, now simulate. Well, what happened? Okay, here we go. It's got to be okay, it's simulated. Now let's turn the dock back on. That worked. And let's point his toes down. Yonder lore jumped on here right away. Is it any good? I'm liking it. I really like the way this texture shaded looks. Okay, we're actually in Iray. Control 9. Texture shaded looks a little better. It looks like the texture, it's actually doing something kind of cool. And it is snappier and better. Okay, so, and look at that. That leg bent with no hesitation or very smoothly. Okay, we're going to take and put create new camera, accept, and we'll view, oops, yeah, okay, Z, okay, I did something wrong here. Let's try this again. Create new camera, more, accept. Okay, I'm getting little crackles from my beard on this, okay. Perspective camera view, save this. Okay, now I don't have my lock camera, so I have to do this to the old-fashioned way. Lock, right-click. Okay, lock selected node. Okay, the camera's locked. Now we have the water on, turn the water on. Go back here. And let's see now about a sky. We go to our environment options. It's me, CDJ, by the way. CDJ, I wonder how well animation will be now. I hated Daz for animation. I do too. I don't hate Daz's animation tools. I just hate the fact, and you know, you can't hate Daz for animation. I mean, you can, but it's really unfair. It's unfair to hate Daz over animation because Daz is trying to give us the highest quality skins, figures, shapes, clothing that is available in anywhere in the world. And you see, and there is going to be a trade-off. Yes, you're very right about that. It is a love-hate. And the thing is that because Daz is giving us such high-quality characters, you can't animate with them. You just can't, unless you ripped out the quality like Unreal does, like Character Creator does. They rip the quality down. They bake in their textures. They do, and they lower the geometry in it to the point where it looks terrible. Their characters look horrible. The minute you take a Daz character into Unreal and even Blender, they lose like 50% of their realism. And so to expect them to animate in Daz when they have such high quality is kind of unrealistic, but you can do it, but you just have to go. It's a great program, and I'll use it till the day I die. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, let's see. So environment options. So go browse, and I go to my HDRI all. Let's find this sky for this lovely scene here. I just saw something I kind of liked. It had some trees. Let's try this. And draw a dome. Here we go. Well, that's kind of cool. But I think what we need to do with this sky is put it on a plane behind him. But we're in Iray now. Okay, we've got to give him some hair. That's weird. I went Control S. Oh, okay. This is strange. Okay, I have a feeling there will be bugs. There will be bugs in this. Okay, so now we go to, let's go to Files. Okay, back to Smart Content. Files. Get rid of water. And we go to Products. Files. Default, not Files, Default. What's that files here in? Okay, all right. I'm not going to worry about that now. Default and Genesis 9. Hair. Let's give him this Christian hair. And we've got to go to parameters for the hair and make it show up in materials. Let's go with dark brown. And we go to parameters, hair base, visible, on. These are visible in render. Okay, something's not right here because it's not really visible. Now this is a darker Christian base. I think I have to select the hair. Yeah. And yes, here it is. It's off. Okay, preview hairs on. Okay, I don't like this. It's like, once again, it's just hair that's made for a woman but sold for a man. It's just, okay. That's not male hair. I'm sorry, men don't comb their hair like that. So, and once again, they kind of got me on the hair again. It's like, oh, I think it's going to be male hair, and then I find out, well, it doesn't look very male to me. So, yeah. Flipped hair. We're going to go back to something. The new hair case. See, this hair is like really nice hair, but you have to, the textures that came with it, something's wrong with the textures that came with it. They're just not right. And so what I do with this hair is I take it and go to, I don't think it's strand. Okay, so color. We go to color, Ripley hair, and we go to all products, default, turn that off, color, we go to shaders, and we go down here, brunette. Okay, we have to select, go to surfaces, we need to bring our surfaces pane back in here. Oh, that's over here, goes here. Okay, surfaces, Ripley hair. Then we can go back to parameters, then go back to smart content. Okay, well that didn't work at all. Which, okay, this. These colors don't seem to look right. Yeah, I think we're going to find that a lot of things aren't going to work right. The Iray. Violet hair. Okay, we'll go back here to one of these. We'll just get it kind of in the ballpark. Okay, we'll go with that one. Then we'll go to surfaces, base color. Where is our, Actual color, emission color. Okay, this is okay. So we go to base color, we go to translucency, and we'll put a little bit of red here, like that. Base color. Okay, that didn't work. Glossy color, we'll take some of the gloss out. Let's bring it down to, well, let's make it black, and then we'll go to make it gray. There we go. And the specular glossiness, okay, so let's make the, let's give it some, what is it? Roughness. Where's the rock? Okay, we'll bring this. Glossiness, reflectivity, lobe 2. Okay, that kind of works. Save this. And isn't that weird how it, when you save it, it goes into texture shaded mode for a moment, then it comes back. Okay, see, this is beautiful hair. It's just the colors that came with it aren't right. So now we go to beard. We go back to hair, face. Get rid of the color. And let's go with a, let's Frederick beard. This is a renderosity figure that was brought over to Daz and sold from Daz for Daz. Now that is nice. Okay. Now we go here with body hair. What have we got here with body hair? Okay. I don't think that's the one. None of this is, it's all very difficult to find this stuff now because I had all of it like organized. Okay. Now let's go with the chest a little bit and the arms and tone them down a little bit. Does this version overwrite the current version of Daz you have installed? No, it does not. It gives you a completely different version with nothing like, so you have to link it to your My Daz 3D by going into your content library here and up here and right-clicking on Daz and add base directories, and you have to tell it. It will find your base directory and add it, but I have a couple of them. Well, in fact, I have a bunch of them. Look how many directories I have with stuff in it. And I want all of that accessible in my Daz, so I have to link them all up. I had to link them all up. And the first thing that it did, it told me that it needed to know where to install Daz, and I didn't tell it anywhere, and so it failed. And then I just clicked on it and installed it again, and it went. So that was the first problem that I did. And you just make sure that you have it turned on for the beta in your filters part of your install manager. You can go into the forums, the Daz forums, and under Daz Studio, you'll see some new forums for Daz, and they explain the basics of installing this. Okay, something's wrong here. This leg is up in the air a bit, but if I just tilt him a bit, if I go here to, because his arms are kind of look like they're actually laying there, so I don't want to tilt it. I don't want to do too much. I want to just tilt him a little bit. Parameters, rotate X maybe. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we got a little bit of a problem here. There's no mesh grabber. There's no almost every plugin doesn't work with this. So that's a problem here. Save this. It's weird how it goes into that and comes back. I don't really care about that. Okay, so there's no way to push that up. Now we go File, Send to. Okay, so we still have our send to hexagon. So I could take these pants and send them to hexagon and mess with them a little bit. Okay, so mesh grabber is vital. You're very true, right. You know, but so is Daz Studio working with 5090s. I wanted to do something with his hair, with his chest hair, just to take his chest hair, and where is the, we'll go with the legs. No, the legs are fine. We'll go with torso and arms. And we'll go to surfaces here. And I think what we can do is go down to here. Would be surfaces or parameters. Okay, here. Torso. Okay, it would be full length. Torso. Let's bring that down a little bit. And the arms. Length. Okay, that's a little better. Let's go back to the torso here and bring the full length down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And we can go also to surfaces and cut out opacity and just make it a little bit less obvious. Okay. And yeah, this zipper here is like way too long. I'd like to pull this up a little bit and shorten it a bit. Can't do it because now we go into, let's see, where we help, was it tools, render content, window, okay, favorites, help. Okay, we'd go into installed plugins. Now I think I got to go full screen for a moment. Hello. Okay, okay, so this is what we've got here. See, it didn't load any plugins at all except these. And these are the ones that are that are embedded into Daz Studio. There's face transfer, which is kind of odd that even that got put in, but yeah. And there's probably also the hair one, which I don't see it listed here. right off the bat. Puppeteer is here. Spot render, and I believe also power pose is here. Okay, but all of these new items are not here. So that's another issue. So now, okay, let's work on this. Okay, we're going to change the environment now again, and we'll go to parameters here, and let's just mess with some different HDRIs here. Yeah, so right here, let's try this Yosemite. Come on. Well, that's terrible. Let's try moving it around a little bit. Environment. Okay, where is our dome rotation? Now, see, that looks pretty nice. And, okay, we got a problem with our scene. What's wrong with this scene? Okay? I'll tell you what's wrong with the scene. It's called camera light. Okay? This is lit by the camera, and the camera, it is just never light a scene with your camera, okay? Because it just looks terrible. So yeah, his fly's got a problem. Yeah, and this new version of Daz, yeah, the headlamp, you're right. It's the headlamp, and it looks terrible. It's like a deer in, so all I have to do is put a light in the scene, and all of a sudden, it's off. But now this gives us the potential to light this with a different, and we'll take a, why not take the spotlight? We just, oh, I put a distant light in. So let's take this distant light. Let's bring this up. Okay, and let's rotate, let's see, X, like this. Oh, wow, see, that's a lot more, okay, and I'm gonna rotate it. See, that moves a lot better than the other one did. X, Y, like this. And now let's take and go to our parameters here. Lumens, 4. Ooh, look at that. Bring down our, see, now this is much nicer. And the fly doesn't show as much. Okay, that's a little too much. Okay. So, yeah. Now let's save this. And let's go to our render settings. And go to, let's say 2000. Okay, come back over here too. Oh, what's wrong here? Why isn't this working? Okay, we need to bring that back over. Okay. Okay, these are locked. Okay, somehow my render settings got locked. They may have got locked with my camera. Okay, 2000. Okay, what's wrong here? Turn off this. No, on. Okay, well, let's go to here. We'll go, let's see, 16 by 9. And then let's do, all right. And this still the color. There's something wrong with his skin color. is too green. So we can either fix it. I'm not really liking the skin color, so I'm going to go here back to my content library, products, not products, categories, files, figures. Okay, we're looking for skin. Hudson, the Hudson skin didn't work too well, so it's not bad skin, it's just, okay, Dane, this young Dane. We'll try the young Dane. Did that work? Okay, now he's got darker. It's gotten darker. Okay, we're going to try something else here. Arun. See, these aren't working too well at all. Let's go. Okay, skin. I didn't put enough skin in here. Different skins. Oh, this is page 1 of 800. Okay, this is Jesus' skin. Okay. All kinds of tattoos. Okay, let's try, Michael's got a very dark skin. Let's try it though. Come on. Yeah, I told you I had dark skin, but we can lighten this up a little bit. It kind of looks nice. Let's give it a render and see what it looks like. Where are you? Oh, that's the spot render. Where's the render? Here's a render. I've got duplicate stuff here going on. Look at that. That is very nice right there. See, this is why I work with Daz Studio. That is really nice. So we take this background here and environment options. Since we're lighting the scene with our parameters, okay, we can take our environment map, 0.5, and then we can take our, okay, my beard is hitting up against this microphone. Okay, then we take our distant light and we go to parameters, distant light, intensity 6. Eight. And let's see what this looks like. Okay, let's take this background here and give it some color, like an orange tint. Six, 5, and that's really nice. It's beautiful. Okay, so we save this. So the new Daz, I think it's more stable. But that's very easy to do when you take out all of your plugins and make them not work anymore with it. Then you're going to get the most stable Daz you ever had because it takes out all of that incompatibility between plugins and Daz and each other. And suddenly you have this amazingly stable version. Not only include, that's not to diminish the fact that they really put a ton of work into fixing, rendering, and loading of assets. And my beard has its own thing going on too. Yeah, I've got mine trimmed down quite a bit. So let's now go back to our render settings and go to progressive render, render quality. We go to off, maximum samples, maximum. Oh no, this minimum samples, we can keep that down to like 5. What is that? That was 5 is the, okay, maximum samples, maximum time. Save this again. And I wonder if we were to play around with some of this, turn spectral rendering on, that might make him, it would take the water and reflect off of him and reflect everything kind of into each other. I think it's that one, or optimization, the caustic sampling. Let's just see what happens when we turn those on. Like, let's make the renderer work extra hard on purpose. Let's see what we have here. Okay, we got a few fireflies, but those will go away. I believe they will. It doesn't seem to be going away. Where's our rendering at? Oh, it's okay. Well, we're at 653 iterations. %. 600, still at 653. Oh, it's taking a long time before it gives us the next chunk. It'll probably be over 1,000 when it comes in. And these fireflies should be gone when the next chunk of iterations come in. Here we go. Well, they're down quite a bit, so they would disappear within, by the time we hit to 2,000. The fireflies are because of his leg hair. They're just in these dark places. Now this wooden fence, this wooden thing he's sitting on doesn't look very realistic now. Lights in the trees reflecting off the water. The trees are actually an HDRI. And I'm not liking this wooden fence anymore. I mean, this wooden thing he's sitting on, it doesn't look very realistic. So, okay, so what would be better would be to put ultra scenery behind him. Let's make, oh, and does ultra scenery, see, ultra scenery doesn't work. Let's see, window, let's see, panes. See, ultra scenery 2 isn't here. It's got to be rewritten to work with the new Daz. So, yeah, we're going to have to cheat. Now, speaking of cheating, I could take his skin, it's too yellow, and just go into his skin here. We got Genesis 9, we go to surfaces, we go here to Genesis 9, we go to surfaces, we go skin. Okay, and I think we're going to go with toenails as well, and fingernails. And mouth cavity doesn't need work so much. And we go here. Okay, how come? Oh, here, base color. Let's take some of the green out. There we go. And we'll take some of the red out and make him a little bit bluish. See how that took that green, yucky green out? All right, let's see what he looks like now. Yeah, you are very right about that, because what we could do is put a light behind him. See how that took that yucky green out of his skin? See? Always look at your character's skin and say, you know, how's the balance of red, green, and blue? You know, are they too red? Are they too green? Are they too blue? And balance that color, okay? Let's put a little, would you like to cancel this render? Yes. Okay, I'm going to find a better dock, okay? I don't like this dock. It's not that bad, but it's just not a high enough quality for me. Let's save this again. Files, dock. Okay, let's go to all files or default. Let's try this one. Ooh. All right, let's hide the other dock for now and see what happens. This is dock 2. Fantasy loading dock. 0, okay. Where are we now with this dock? Parameters. Y translate. Y translate. Z. Y translate. Y rotate. Okay, see, this is just too much. But what if we try and get rid of the walls here? Surfaces. Okay. Dock wall. See bottom. We don't need this, and we don't need the water. Which one of these is... Dock wall. Okay. Okay, when I turn that one off, nothing happens. Well, come on. Okay, isn't that... Okay. So when I turn that one off, so this is the one that's visible. So we go here to dock wall, post. Okay, the rope can stay. Tunnel. Okay, let's turn the tunnel off. Let's turn off the wall. Let's turn off the wood arch. How about that wood? Okay. And the wood arch. And the stone arch. Stone. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Okay, we've got to take and rotate this parameters. For my hourly last fold of my sourdough. Everybody's making sourdough bread. Very nice. Why rotate? We go X translate. Okay, I need to go here from the perspective view and see what we're doing here. Z. Okay. Y translate. Okay. Okay. Y rotate. We're not going to mess with that too much. There. Back to the camera view. All right. I'm going to save this. Let's render this. Now, what we can do the same thing with this dot wall that we did with the other thing, surfaces. Dock wall. We can take out some of the red and some of the green and leave it kind of bluish. See how that's, the more red, take some more red out. See how that now fits in there. And a little more green. And a little more red. There we go. Save this. Let's render this. Okay. See, this looks better. This wood kind of looks a little better, I think. But let's take and scale it. What happened? What's this? This is an old render. It's much better than that. But let's take this dock and we'll scale it. It's parameters. Scale it. Y. Y translate. Okay, Y translate. Scale it Y. Y translate. Did that work? All right, let's look around for, see if we got other docks. I think this dock goes with the Viking. Ooh, look what that just did. It just kind of added a little bit more of something else to our dock. Just made it a little bit, okay. But what we could do is take and hide this dock for a moment. And it didn't hide. Okay, we've got to go out of here and come back. All right. Now it's hidden. Go back out of here. All right. Parameters, Y translate, bring it up. There we go. See what we're working with here. Z. X. Let's scale this down a little bit. Why isn't that scaling? All right, Z. Oh, I'm scaling it up. All right, let's go to its reset value. Let's go to 50%. Center, okay, here is, where did it go? All right, translate Z. Bring it back here. Bring it back here. Z. Back here. Back to our camera view. X translate. Z translate. X. Oh, this is really bugging me, this microphone, okay? It's crackling in my beard on the microphone, okay. I think that's better. Okay, Y rotate, X translate, Z translate. Okay. I think that's a better dock. Now we could do the same thing, take some of the red out of this. Go to the surfaces. Surfaces, okay, seawall dock. We got to go to the actual dock here. Okay, dock poles, all this. Okay, editor. Here we go. And we take this base color and we just move it a little to change them all. Okay, then we can take the red out. Some of the red out and some of the green out. Well, we took too much. Oh, and it's not changing the okay. Okay, this has got to go parameters. We go up. Okay, we don't have the whole thing selected. Oh, because this is the part of the dock itself. Okay, now that part right here, this dock part, surfaces, we got to take a little bit of the red out of that too. Okay, let's see what this looks like now. There. And we take this. All right, let's give that a whirl. Now this looks pretty realistic here, look. I don't like this, where his leg is looking here, so I can either tilt him or bring the dock up more. I'm going to work on bringing the dock up more. Okay, Y translate. Okay, the problem here is that he's not, the dock isn't, okay, Y rotate. X translate. Let's try this. Yeah, so this might do it for me today. We've got a dock here. I'm liking the way the so this is going to take a little bit of, I think I'm going to take and take the leg hair, shorten it a little bit. So we go here to our legs, leg hair. Okay, width, length. Okay, thigh. Let's bring the thigh down. Shin down. Save it. I can always undo it if I have to. The arm. We'll take it down just a little bit more. Let's see what this looks like now. So I think I'm going to leave this to render. And I think this is our scene. So I'm very excited about, you know, that Daz has released this version. This is kind of what got me to say, all right, I'm going to take today off and we're going to do something in the new version. I don't want to be the one to say, well, nothing works with it, but nothing does seem to work with, other than the 5090, which is very nice that people are out now able to test their 5090s and see how they work. I would say the very first thing I would like to see brought into the Daz, there's two things that are the most important things to me right now and that is ultra scenery and mesh grabber and the shaper, the smoother, all of that. I'd like to see those brought in, the shape thing, you know, and I'd like to see like all of the scripts and all of those things to work with the new Daz. So hopefully they're not going to charge us an arm and a leg every time somebody comes up with something that works with the new Daz, with the new 2025. You would think that it would just, well, I guess that's not the way it works. It doesn't work that way when they come out with a new program and then everybody else has got to take and do work to make their program work with it. Well, they kind of got to charge us for it, you know, for their work. So there's going to be a whole slew of new products come out that are going to be, you know, designed for, you know, Daz 2025. And it's going to say on the product, designed for 2025. And that's going to be the thing. But this 2025 promises to be an amazing thing. So, yeah. So this guy, he's thinking about his work. So, yeah, I think he looks really nice. Michael's skin. We had to edit it. Now, the thing about skin, I'll just kind of toss this in. Well, you don't edit your skin until you get your HDRI and your lighting kind of the way you want it to be. Then you edit the skin. Then you change the tone of the skin to fit the scene and to fit, all right? Well, the thing is that it's not going to change the original product, okay? And you've got a point there, but it would seem that these products are going to need to be relaunched as a completely new entity so that they do not interfere with any previous versions, and so they're going to take up a whole bunch of new space, but most of them are just scripts. And as in with the case of will Ultra Scenery 2, will Ultra Scenery 1 ever get rebuilt to work with the new Daz 2025? I don't know. It doesn't work with it now. So that's a question. And you're right. You do have a point there, Art, that hopefully the 2025 version is not going to corrupt the previous versions of these programs. So that's another issue to consider. So yeah, see, now this looks really nice. This wood and all doesn't look kind of fake, and it looks like it kind of fits in with the scene. And it looks a little bit kind of on the wet side. But if I were to tone it down a little, it might not. I think the wet is kind of helping it a little bit. So yeah, I think I'm going to name this Contemplation. And let's see where we are with our iterations. We're at 11,000, so all right, we can cancel this. That's about as good as it's going to get. Contemplation. I named it Docker at first, but save as scene. Contemplation. So yes, it seems as though we are going to possibly have to. Now the thing is with these new products, I would assume that they are not going. There's not going to be a charge because they are this 2025 is going to be part of the Premiere. I believe you have to be a Premiere member to download and use it. I'm not sure about that, but so yeah, so I would assume that all of these updates are going to be just written for the 2025 Premiere version, and there shouldn't be any charge for any of them because they should all basically be used for the Premiere version. Otis Redding, yeah. It definitely has that yeah, you know what, it doesn't really make a lot of sense because this looks like an ocean dock, and the water's green kind of, so it does have that kind of greenish look, but I kind of thought of it more like a lake. But now that you mention it, because the dock of the bay makes me think more of an ocean, and I was thinking that this was kind of like a lake, but it's not. Not with that kind of dock. That kind of dock is definitely a seaworthy dock. So yeah, there seems to be a little bit of a confusion with this scene, but yeah. So all right, thank you very much for watching, people. I will be back in the next EZ3DTV tutorial, probably in a month or a month and a half from now. and I'll be that much closer to getting my bills paid down. And thank you for watching. I would say that the 2025 is a success. The 2025 build is a success, but we definitely need our plugins, you know, Mesh Grabber, and you know, I would like to have. Yeah, I would really have liked to have. I'm not sure that I like this dark version. I mean, it's too dark for me, for my taste. But maybe I'll get used to it. Like, I can't even see these black numbers here, like hardly at all, like these ones that are at 100%. So it's not working for me. So I'll probably have to change that at some point. But yeah, I'm very pleased with this. It does mean that the 5090 can be used to render, but it's got a long ways to go to bring all of this. You know, how much work can the scripts coincide with the older versions of the scripts, that so that it can use the content from the older scripts, but also use the but have the new functions that work with the 2025 version. And that's the whole idea here. Is how is that going to work? And there's going to be instances where the 2025 script won't work without the earlier scripts installed. And there'll be instances where possibly, as you say, Art, when you install the 2025 version and you have the older version for the older Daz, it could cause them to not work. So yeah, if they're not done right. And then there's the possibility of just more incompatibility, because there's so much stuff all trying. It adds to the complexity of your environment having this on. But you know, there's no way I can just use this program without, you know, having Mesh Grabber and the ultra scenery. Because I think I might have preferred to have had an ultra scenery background here, but this is a nice image for the background. So, all right, take care, people. I will see you again soon, hopefully very soon. And thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging around and listening to me speculate about technology. If you find anything that I've said wrong or whatever, please talk about it in the comments, and please like, subscribe, click the bell for notification. Goodbye to you, unknown robot. And we got Art and Serenity's Gate today. And who else has been here to grace our... We had a couple of other new people, some new people today. Okay, what are we doing? Oh, gosh. Who else has been here today? We had Yonderlore. And we also had another interesting False Vacuum, which I really liked his name. So, yeah. Thank you, people. Serenity's Gate, Unknown Robot, False Vacuum, and Art. It's finally good to connect with you, Art, again. Yonderlore. And all right. Have a great Oh, thank you, Yonder Lord. I'm glad you have enjoyed this stream today. We shall be back with more soon. All right, take care, people. I will see you again. And thanks again for watching, liking, and subscribing, clicking the bell. We're going to play this splash screen real quick. All right, goodbye for now. I will see you again soon, people. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. I'll talk with you all soon. Bye-bye.